Here's a jewel. Love your enemies and hate your friends. Your enemies stay the same, your friends always change. So for starters with this chapter, definitely gotta say, Juhabak pulled an Aizen all the way in the beginning of this chapter where he's basically saying everything you've done was because of me. It's because of that Quincy blood. Everything, and going down the list or whatever, it reminded me very heavily. And it's kind of like Kubo retreading through some of the ground that he had done prior to this again with Aizen. When Aizen was like, you know, I knew about you since before you were born, motherfucker. I've been planning this shit. I knew everything. You did this because of me. You did that. So who was the mastermind? Was it Aizen or was it Bach? Bach is like, yeah, you did this really because you were doing this for your Quincy side, and you mastered this because of me and shit like that. So it kind of felt a little bit like Kubo was going over that same concept again. I guess it's a little bit different because it was more so Bach saying you did it like as far as like your genetics wise, like those instincts that you have was because of me. So I guess it's slightly different, but definitely gave me that same vibe of that big revelation of how Aizen did everything and he's responsible for everything. And the way he was talking as if like, you know, Ichigo has some sort of liking to him simply because of the Quincy blood in him. I can't tell if it's just completely mind games or slightly somewhere in there there's some truth to it. And not necessarily that Ichigo himself gives a fuck about him, because we know Ichigo, like, you know, wants to tear him down and, you know, bring him to justice or whatever, but more so the Quincy bloodline inside of him. Like, for example, where Bach pointed out, you say you want to stop me. Why wouldn't you say you want to kill me when I'm the dude that killed your mom? You know what I'm saying? So it got to kind of make you think. Maybe to a certain degree when Ichigo is fighting him, he will hold back because of whatever the case may be. It could be the Quincy blood in him, or again, it could be some really fucking awesome mind games from Bach. We can't count that out either. But then again, with Ichigo, it's hard to really say because at the end of the day, he's not the kind of guy to say, motherfucker, I'm going to kill you, you know? So it could just be simply like, I'm going to bring you to justice. Maybe that's the part of Ichigo that's changed. Maybe Ichigo is at the point right now where it's not necessarily like, I want to violently fucking slaughter you, motherfucker, but more so he's grown to the point of like, yeah, it's time for you to go and face the music, motherfucker. But I ain't gonna lie, the shit of the chapter that just like threw me through the fucking roof was them surprise shots from Uryu to Yoruichi. I was like, really, motherfucker? Really? So it seems as though Uryu still is serving Bach. Now, I don't know if this is all a facade. I don't know if he's just going along with this till he gets to a point where he can actually gain Bach's trust and try and take him down. That's a big possibility at the end of the day. It's not like, you know, he beheaded Yoruichi or something. All he did was shoot some arrows and is seemingly on Bach's side, but that's the signs of a very good spy. A very good spy will do anything to make you believe like, yo, that's my dog, that's my dog, that's my road dog. And then, you know, when the critical point comes, Uryu can't flip on him. So I'm not 100% convinced yet that he's completely on Bach's side, but I mean, fucking hell, he was doing some shady shit in this chapter. And then, goddamn, why, Kubo? Kubo, why you gotta do that? Yoruichi's arm, really? 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 So, yeah, shit's getting fucking intense, and now this feels like a motherfucking war right here. Like, this is getting fucking serious. When Yoruichi, which kind of makes me hope that we get to see the full extent of her power at some given point of, she's getting her motherfucking arm twisted and ripped off and shit like that. I want to see, you know, that Bankai at some given point. Shikai, Bankai, whatever. I want to see her Zanpakuto in general. I want to see Yoruichi go motherfucking in. And I really hope Ukitake's sacrifice or whatever and the big revelation of the power that he has wasn't for nothing, because seemingly Bach ripped off the black hand from the Soul King's body in this chapter. So was Ukitake's sacrifice all for nothing? Which he's still, I think, technically in that state of like, you know, spitting out that black hand. Hopefully it's not, because then at that particular point, it's like taking away from everything that Ukitake's character stood for at this point, because with the big revelation of what Ukitake's been going through, you know, how he was sick because of all this shit or whatever, if you know, just simply, oh, well, fuck it, the Serate is getting destroyed again, and Ukitake, everything that he did up until this point was for nothing, then yeah, it kind of shits on the value of what he just did a couple chapters ago. And then a setup at the end is seemingly going to have Ichigo versus Uryu. I'm hype as fuck. This was a very good chapter yet again. I'm just like, it was good in the progressive manner in a sense. Like, now we got Uryu on the scene, which kind of makes me wonder, okay, where's Hoshwald at? And at the same time, we got Ichigo versus Uryu. Like, let's fucking go. I honestly, personally, I think Ichigo will knock the fuck out of him. I don't think Uryu has any chance. And I honestly don't think that Uryu's trying to take it there either. Again, I still don't buy it that he's going to be completely evil. Maybe, who knows, he could die at this particular point, you know, in this fight, in this war or whatever, trying to be like a sacrificial lamb, but I just don't see Uryu being on there. I hope Uryu's not there. I think I'm not the biggest Uryu fan, but I still like him enough to say, don't be a dick, bro. So yeah, 8.5 out of 10 for this chapter. Very good stuff. I was going to go with the 9, but kind of a little bit like I felt it was a little bit reused with boxing, all that shit of, it's all because of me, motherfucker. But still, nonetheless, very good stuff, and I can't fucking wait. Like, Bleach is on fire, baby, yeah! But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.